All right, so most people know about the adidas Ultraboost, and a lot of people probably remember the adidas Ultrabounce. And then more recently, I just did a review on the adidas Ultraboost, and then now we actually have a different model, and this is called the Ultrabounce. So 4 different models, 2 different names that have been used in every way possible. This is the lowest tiered product of the 4 that I mentioned. These come in at only $80 retail, but I wanted to get a pair of these and wear them and see how they are, if they're comfortable or not, because this is, again, the entry-level $80 pair versus like the more expensive $190 pair of the adidas Ultraboost. And I wanted to give you guys kind of my thoughts and my overall impressions of what they offer in this model. So let's go ahead and get in the video. So I know the average sneaker guy like myself is not necessarily going to be looking for a pair of sneakers like these, but I do know like basically anybody else that has feet that likes the Ultraboost might like these, depending on if they're comfortable and everything else. So my first impression of the adidas Ultrabounce straight out of the box, to be honest, it's a nice looking model. $80 retail. It saves $100 if you're trying to buy the retail price of the new Ultraboost or the Ultraboost Lite. And this is a decent looking model. They have a TPU cage on the sides of the shoe, very similar to the adidas Ultraboost, where you have the lace structure here and then the 3 stripes. There's a nice breathable mesh underneath that extends around the toe box as well. And then you have a plush neoprene feeling tongue as well, and then a really nice plush liner on the model also. You also do have some TPU around the heel cup of the shoe, very similar to the adidas Ultraboost. The midsole doesn't have the adidas Boost technology. It does have adidas Bounce instead, which is a firmer midsole. It's not as soft as adidas Boost. Obviously, Bounce is the other technology, and then there is also the much softer Light Strike Pro, and then there's a regular Light Strike version, but Bounce is actually pretty decent stuff as well. And again, the Ultrabounce back in the day when they dropped that was a really comfortable shoe. But anyways, the outsole actually mimics the adidas LEP system that is featured in the Ultraboost. There is no actual LEP system, just the overall design elements look very similar. So I like that they kind of kept it somewhat in the same ecosystem, but obviously a very minimal and non-functional version of that LEP system, which the LEP system gives you like the toe off and it bounces back and it springs back super far and super crazy. The latest version, the Ultraboost Lite, is nuts. If you haven't seen that video, go check out my review of that, because the LEP system in that is like the craziest thing. But anyway, the adidas Bounce technology is pretty firm. It's not very soft to the touch, and overall on feet it's definitely a firmer experience than like an Ultraboost. But is it bad? And I think that is where these things actually shine quite a bit. It's different. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. The overall compilation of the outsole, midsole, upper cages and everything else might remind you of the adidas Ultraboost, but on feet it's like completely a different shoe. Like, it doesn't feel anything like an Ultraboost. And obviously the softer midsole is definitely a factor, but the upper is actually quite different as well. And one of the key factors that I actually like about this better than the Ultraboost is the fact you have a detached tongue and more padding around the collar. This is actually kind of a nice plus, if you ask me, because the newer Ultraboosts have like a thin down upper around the heel of the shoe, as well as an attached tongue that is usually knit, and it's not bad. It's actually quite nice. But to be honest, I actually prefer this type of liner and a detached tongue, so you can wear a little bit more relaxed and just feel overall a little bit more relaxed when you're wearing the shoes, and it comes over quite well in this model. So I've been saying this for a while now, but I think that they need to make a casual version of the adidas Ultraboost. The adidas Ultraboost Lite is definitely a performance-based model, but give me an adidas Ultraboost Lite with the same upper integrity as this, with the plushness of the heel section, and then the detached tongue with the plushness around there. Honestly, I really like it. It actually feels really good on feet. Now, the overall squishy feel is not there, but you do have a firm step when you're walking around in these shoes, and it's not a bad firm step. Sometimes you don't want a shoe that's very soft and squishy. Some people just don't like that, and I personally really like soft and squishy sneakers, but I do also like the firmer sneakers to be able to wear and just to have the extra support and like ground feel from when you're just walking around. And I feel like this delivers that in a really nice way. It doesn't have any bells and whistles or anything like that, but as an average pair of sneakers for an average consumer, they're going to put them on and go, this is a really comfortable shoe, and overall it's a shoe that I can wear for long periods of time. My feet don't feel fatigued from too much cushioning. There's just enough cushioning there that this is going to be a very versatile pair of sneakers. You can wear these to work out and run and just stand around in. All around, it's not a bad option. $80 is not a bad price. You can get them probably on sale for even less than that, because Adidas does a lot of cool sales. You can get an extra 20 or 30% off, and I always post those deals on Twitter first and then Collective Kicks second. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, it is in the description at heskicks, and then also follow my website. Basically, I always post it in my videos, and just go there and you can see the deals that I post for the week, because I try to get in there and post a couple of my favorite deals that I find on the web for you guys. But anyway, all in all, this is not a bad model for $80, and if you can get it for less than that, even more power to you. And again, it's just not a very flashy looking sneaker. The overall look I actually really like, with the sculpted midsole back here and just the overall look of the Ultraboost in a sense, but it's done in just a little bit of a different way. Not necessarily a bad way, just different and a little bit lower tiered and more affordable price point for people looking that are interested in the product. I think it's not bad, honestly. It's one of those ones that I was like wearing them, and then I'd wear them to Target and then Costco and then to the mall and stuff, and just wear them around. Not a bad pair at all, and one that you could just definitely use as a daily runner, daily walker, and people will be happy. If I had the 4 models in front of me and I could only keep one of them, then obviously the UltraBoost is my go-to. Then there's the AlphaBounce. It's actually really nice as well. Very similar to this, but different crazy midsole. I actually really like that one from back in the day too. I like the overall look of the AlphaBounce. Then the AlphaBoost is actually a really nice looking model too. Very futuristic. The most aggressive futuristic looking out of the 4 models in my opinion. This is the lowest tiered model and the more affordable one, but honestly the one that looks just the more normal. If you don't want anything too crazy, too flashy, like this is the one that I think a lot of people are going to like. And I chose this colorway because my daughter really likes pink and purple, so I was like, hey, check this out. I got pink and purple shoes here, but honestly they have a ton of different colorways. If you're interested in seeing any of the other ones, I'll link them in the description. Again, if you guys use my links to buy the shoes from Adidas website, it actually lets Adidas know that you guys watch the video, and I do get a little bit of a kickback, but more importantly, it lets them know that you guys mess with the channel, and it definitely supports the channel when you guys do that. So greatly appreciated for anybody that uses my links. If the video was informative to you guys, if you guys can drop a like on the video, much appreciated, and hopefully we'll see you back on the channel for some more videos soon. All right, peace guys.